Hi, my name's Emily. What's yours? How's your day going?
Okay. What are you selling?
I'm with World Vision. Have you heard of us before?
No, I thought you were delivery. What are you selling?
We sell hope.
Hope for what?
We're trying to lift families out of poverty and through child sponsorships.
What kind of children?
So we work with children from Africa, Latin America, different regions, make sure they have their basic human rights.
What's wrong with the little rugrats around here that don't do anything except throw garbage in my front lawn?
We're just trying to help kids from different areas, make sure they have what they need to survive.
Well, there's lots of kids here that need help. Why are we going all the way over there looking for trouble?
Everyone deserves basic human rights, and that's why I'm here.
Well, maybe they should stay at home, and so should you.
Okay.
My pet peeve is rude people. This relates to hate speech and racial discrimination. The International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination was created in 1965. International law not only allows but actually requires states to ban certain speech on the basis that it undermines the right of others to equality or to freedom from discrimination, and occasionally also on the basis that it is necessary to protect public order. According to Article 4, parties are required to penalize racist hate speech, including dissemination of ideas based on racial superiority or hatred, incitement to racial hatred, acts of racially motivated violence, and incitement to such acts. Additionally, Article 7 mandates measures particularly in the fields of teaching, education, culture, and information to combat prejudices that may lead to racial discrimination and to promote a climate of tolerance. The provisions are interpreted in the light of the Convention as a whole, including Article 5, which protects the right to freedom of opinion and expression. The committee has noted throughout the years that racist hate speech is recurrent in the media, including the internet and political discourse and other areas of public life, as well as social life, including social activities. The committee has repeatedly raised the issue of racist hate speech in its concluding observations and recommendations to state parties. It is quite difficult to enforce these rules, as any individual can partake in hate speech or racial slurs. There is a misconception that free speech gives someone the right to be hateful or racist. However, there needs to be more effort to address this issue. Racism is so deeply embedded in our society, so it is hard to enforce these rules. For example, there is a racial profiling, and minorities are way more likely to go to jail than white folks. Racism has been embedded through our institutions and policies since colonialism. The best way to address this is through domestic law. When countries sign on and the treaty is ratified, countries have to abide by these rules unless they do not have the means to do so. As Article 7 points out, countries should be taking measures to provide more resources for minorities. If the Declaration strives for equality and countries sign it, then there needs to be more resources and opportunities to level the playing field to try to prevent racist acts. For example, there should be more money invested into police training to combat racial profiling. Another barrier that Article 7 brought up is the media also produces racist content. For example, we see leaders like Trump that use racist language quite often, and it is difficult to prohibit that behavior. So within domestic law, there needs to be a precedent set that this behavior is not acceptable, and authorities need to enforce these rules so that hate speech and racial discrimination should not continue.